what we have today is a TOMIX Track Cleaning car. It is set up to run on DC only, and my goal today is to convert it to digital. There's been, I've seen some articles on the web where people have done that. I haven't seen anything with this particular decoder, but I know Digitrax well, so that's why I decided to go ahead with the Digitrax decoder rather than the other ones that I've seen people use. So we'll open this up. You can see on here is where they show how to set it up. I can't read upside down, so if I look at it this way, we've got a black wire for, and I've had this on the track operating under DC mode already, so I know it works fine. If there's any reason, if it doesn't work, I'll know it's going to be because of whatever I do now. I will pull this out. Incidentally, this is quite a heavy car. If you're thinking of getting it, you'll need an engine just to pull this. Another engine or two may be required in some cases. I have it in vacuum cleaner mode. This is the little top of the vacuum cleaner. I've already changed the couplers out so that they're what I'm going to call North American couplers, and that was relatively easy. Now to take it apart, turn it upside down, put it in the cradle, grab my screwdriver, and we'll undo the truck here. Now this is a very long screw, if I recall correctly. Maybe not so long. Now be careful pulling this out. Yes, it's a long screw. Let's grab a pair of tweezers and pull that out. Okay, you can see how long it is. Now these guys have these springs on them here. Don't lose them. They're different size and coupler springs. You'd have to order new ones. So there's wheel pickup here, goes through the spring. From the spring it goes into a contact point here and here. But I'm told that we need to take both of these off. Same size, okay. Carefully turn it over, don't lose any springs. There we go. There, now that we've got it apart like that, don't have directions in front of me. Well, I guess I don't need them because that just comes off like that. And there's two weights here that just slide in and hold the copper strip. And in fact, I don't even need to take that one off because that's not where we're doing anything. This is the one that needs to gently get wiggled off. There we go. This here control mechanism, little guy, well, that's a cap for fluid filling. This here, this here is used for turning the motor on and off, and that's not something we're going to use anymore. So there's little clips here. If I just squeeze the little clips, it should come out. Need something a little grippier than that. Use these pliers. And that comes out. It's now a spare part. Become a building vent or something on a roof, and that'll go there. Now there's the motor. Here's the weight. The weight just comes off. Like that. You can see the circuit board. Circuit board comes off. And on the bottom here are where the wires are soldered to go to the motor. Now what that means is I can bypass this circuit board altogether. Just looking at it, here's pickup here, more springs for electrical pickup to get power. So this is a power strip here. Now what you can do is you could solder directly to these guys in order to have the pickup for power for your decoder, and then you could solder directly to here and here, which would then give you power to the motor. Or you could completely remove this. What I've seen on video is people use this but just get rid of all the components on it. And I'm going to take a look at how this all fits together better. This decoder is quite small. It will fit in this space. It's just a tiny bit far. What I'm going to do is take a break, go look online again at how people have modded this, and then see whether I want to do it that way or whether I want to do it differently. Okay, I rechecked the video. The one I watched is one from Mike Pfeiffer, and he uses a different decoder, but that's okay. And what he does is, the next step is to take the motor out so that you can work on this easier. What I'm going to do, well, I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to unfold it. This is the switch that normally goes on to here to determine on, off, and a few other things. I don't see any reason to use it, although I suppose if it's installed it may help a little bit. What I'm going to do is just pick at it and see whether these oh good, looks like these little contacts will easily come off. Yep, there's one off. And okay, I don't need those when I reinstall it, so they're off. The reason I don't want extra electrical shit going on here, who knows. But, you know, again, those could be reused for something. So next up is to desolder components. I'll take my 1x2 here and I'll start with this, yeah, whatever it is. I guess I need to go in from the bottom. So we'll put this here, and I'm now pulling down on whatever that thing is. I'm going to get my soldering iron out here. I'm going to arrange the cord first. And we're in here, and we're going to see whether we can just easily melt solder and pull through. Component getting warm. There we go. It's one component off. Well, I figure that watching me desolder components is going to be pretty boring, so I've gone ahead and sped this portion up a bit, and you can see that I go through desolder. At one point I wrap my little block with some masking tape so that I can stick the component onto it, and it holds it in place a lot better so I can desolder. Anyway, watch it, and we'll stop it once I get everything desoldered. this is power pickup, and this is motor one side and motor the other side. So it doesn't seem all that complex. Now I'm going to make sure, do I have enough room here to fit this guy in? I believe I do if I just gain a little clearance by cutting through the end there. Okay, just cut the end off there. Now I have oodles of clearance here, so there's no problem there. No need to think how this is all going to go back together again, because I'm going to put that like that. The board's going to be underneath here, so I kind of need to run the wires for the board and the motor down, and the wires, I think, up for the moving some stuff out of the way here. Wires up for the lights, because I want to save them till later. So again, the lights are yellow, white, and blue. So in this case, we'll take yellow. Run it up like this. We'll take white. Run it up like that. We'll take blue. Run it up like that. And to keep those like that, I'm going to put a little piece of Kapton tape on, because it's the tape I have handy. Now, all I need is, from a measurement perspective, let's put this guy back in place. Get it off the sticky tape. Put the, temporarily reinsert this guy. The motor wires were kind of getting in the way of stuff, so that'll all fit like that. If I want stuff to go underneath the board, like all of these wires, that'll fit in there fine, but I need to drill access for it there. So let's mark out this area like this. Now that that's marked, I'm going to cut that out. What I plan to use is a razor saw. Should be right there. Yep, there it is. All I'm going to do here is get my block again. So we'll remove that piece. Put this on the block hanging out. Turn it, hold it with my thumb. And just cut through this. Okay, that's down to the cut line. Now, I will take a, ooh, these might work, square pair of pliers. And I'm going to try snapping it. No, don't like that. So what I'm going to do is get a knife here and score along here. There, now, if I take this and go like this, ta-da! Is I grab my block, put my wire on the block like this, my nice soldering iron, figure out how much I want, about that much, press down and pull, press down and pull. Press down and pull, press down and pull, and clean it. Now, be careful doing this because the wire heats up quick. So, just have to do that. And then we'll do the same thing for the gray. Okay, tug, tug. Tug, tug, it's all okay. I'd like a little more solder though on the orange here. No, let's do gray too. Okay. So that's those two done. Now we need to pick up power. That's these two. So we'll do the red one first. Okay, that's not bad, except it's going to need a little more solder as well. And then we'll take the black one over here, moving stuff out of the way. And a little more solder on it as well. Okay. So now that we've done that, so what I found out is these here wires on the bottom need to fit within the channel along here. They were resting on top of here. So in order to do that, I had to modify this little guy, cut the edges off, because we still want them in there, like that. Okay, so after a lot of worrying, and what it was is these wires were just too big a bunch. I finally got them in okay. We're now ready to reassemble. So we're gonna do that part. We'll put the back on first. There and there. And then this back on like that. Grab the screw and Tighten it down, feels good. Now on this one, need to put these two weights back in. That, like that. Put the top on like that. Make sure it's fitting okay. Yeah. Do the same thing here with a little bit of drop. Conductive lube. Gently put this back on. Grab the screw. Screw this in. Turns well. Okay, everything's together. That'll go back on there. Now, okay, I'm using JMRI. I'm going to do a new loco. And I'm going to matched only, read type from decoder. I have the TOMIX on the track. And it comes up with a whole bunch of potential decoders. So you can see the guy sitting on the track there. It's a programming track. DZ126. So we're back here. We need a DZ126. Is that guy right there. And this is the TOMIX Track Cleaner. And we're going to make it number 200 as its address. So that's a long address. Change it to 200. 200 work on analog? Sure. So let's write this. And then I'm going to save this. This came up with a message because I'm running an ecosystem. I'm going to say yes. And now you see in here, I'll close this, that there is a TOMIX Track Cleaner 200. And when we go over to my ecosystem here, I'll go to throttle. I'll get rid of this guy and I will select a loco. And if we look here, here's the TOMIX Track Cleaner. And if I increase the throttle, I'm not sure I want to run it in reverse, but I'm not sure what speed setting to run it at. Anyway, it now works happily in DCC. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test the outputs to see for an LED. I want at least a flashing LED on it, regardless of whether it's forwards or back. Anyway, that seems to work just fine.